Schwartz here from GuitarJams.com. Just a reminder, the guitar's tuned down to E flat. I'm using a Fender DeVille, which is an awesome sounding amp. All my the EQ is pretty much just straight up, and a little bit of reverb. And then I was using an Ibanez Tube Screamer with the gain turned all the way down and the volume turned all the way up. Right now I'm just going completely clean though, so we can just hear the riffs and learn it. Okay, so we got, which is going to be 5-3-5 on the A string. And then we go 1-3 on the low string. And you could use your ring finger. I'm using my pinky, you know. It's comfortable to just hold my hand like this, but then 4-5, that note. So right into the line again. So pause, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just kidding. Alright, now we got to do the super fancy stuff. And if you've watched footage of this, for the most part, his hand's strumming, you know. Lots of like entire guitar strumming, right? So once again, we have to work on some, string muting. It's a big part of this sound. 1. So the first thing we're going to do in that groove, there's a 1, which there's nothing played as far as the beat, you know. 1, da-da-da-da-da. And so it's an octave. It's pinky on the 13th fret, index finger on the 10th fret of the G. You know, and I'm kind of using these two fingers here to mute everything, and then also my index finger is muting that B string that's in between these. So you only want to hear 1. So right after the and it is basically the 10th fret on the G and B. So using this box, this blues box here, lots of double clusters on the B and Gs, and then also hammering the 11th fret on the G string with your middle finger as you play the cluster. And so when you do that, you get a D7. I mean, I know we're tuned down a half step, but it's basically a 7 chord. So check it out. And, you know, he's... it's lots of everything's getting muted except what you want to hear. So it is a little tricky. It's kind of more of an advanced kind of technique. The notes aren't that difficult, but just getting that super mojo action. I'm giving the double cluster on the 12th fret of the G and the B a little slide up and back. So kind of ghosting, and you're hearing it a little, the root here on the 12th fret of the D. So we've got, and so after I hit that, I'm hammering, like I said earlier, that 11th fret of the G string, and we kind of want to hear that note too in that cluster. It's going by really fast, you know, and there's lots of percussive stuff going on too, but alright, so far we have so I just added something at the end there, which is just ba 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 da, which is going to be, so you've got the double cluster on the 12 of the G and the B, ba, ba, ba. Then that double cluster, just the whole step down, hammering the 11th on the G, but still kind of strumming the whole guitar. So here it is really slow, the octave. So now I just added another thing, and it's kind of a, which is the 12 to the 11 pull off on the D. So we've got that. Now we need to go 10, 12 on the D. You know, with a little nudgy bend there. Into that hammer again. Followed by it's pretty staccato, which is just that double cluster again, but we're still strumming a lot. Kind of a you know, it could be varied a little bit. I'm going about 98% accurate here. The second one starts the same way. So it's just a little variation, like a long. And then the next two are really just variations, you know, and I want to get to the rest of the tune, so I think you could kind of use those two as the building blocks, and then, you know, using this little box here with double clusters and getting better at muting the strings you don't want to hear, it's just an amazingly useful technique, you know. So check this out. We're gonna play like a Hendrix chord, but we're gonna voice it a little differently today, boys and girls. It's really actually like it's really just kind of a minor 7 chord because I don't even have the major third in there. But so I've got my index on the 5th of the A, which is the root, and then my ring finger's on the 5th of the high E, and middle finger's on the 5th of the G, and pinky, so it's like a little D chord shape, and then index on the root there. Now if you played a Hendrix chord because you know that, you can do that instead, but more of that 16th note strumming. So if you look at my left hand as I do that, you can see the relaxing and the muting. And the basic change is a B minor 7. There's a lot of different ways to play it. This is probably the most common way, which is like a full bar chord. You take your pinky off. So it does that chord. The next chord is a whole step down, and you add your middle finger. So it's a 7 chord, A7. Same chord, down a whole step, and then hits on F sharp is what you call it. So yeah. I played the F sharp Hendrix chord up here, which would be the 9th, 8th, 9th,